you go.
Good morning. I'm Rob McCray. I'd like to welcome grandparents, special friends, parents, faculty, staff, and students. Let me begin by telling you why we have this day. This day, the day before we break for Thanksgiving, we invite our grandparents and special friends to join us to celebrate and to express our gratitude for all that we have in life and to single out how important our families are to us. My grandmother Nani was one of the most important and most influential people in my life. We begin with a fundamental belief that gratitude can be caught and can be taught. Today, we will work on your gratitude skills and enjoy our connection with our families. We become what we think about. Studies have shown that if you think of 3 things you are grateful for every day, you will be happier and more grateful person. By far, the most important relationships in my life have been with my family. I am so grateful for all they have given me. When we start school as young as 4, it begins our journey to become more independent from our immediate family members. Our 51 seniors are getting ready to leave the nest to gain even more independence and head off to college this year. We learn to be more independent, but we still remain connected and dependent on our families. We have lifelong relationships with our families. As you grow and become more independent, these relationships are what we make of them. My parents and grandparents taught me to be grateful. Nani lived through the Great Depression and did not take anything for granted. We will never take being able to be with each other in person at school for granted ever again. I will never take my parents' and grandparents' love for granted. As a matter of fact, it defines me. Even as I become more and more independent and started having my own children, my parents' love for me defined me. As my parents got older, I selfishly worried about them dying and would be able to go forth without their love. Well, no one lives forever, and both my parents just passed over the last 2 years. I miss them and think about them each and every day. However, it has been one of my life's great epiphanies. Love is eternal. I feel my parents and my grandparents' love. Their love still defines me. So my advice to all of you is to cherish each day together, but don't live in fear of impermanence. Love is eternal, even when my parents and grandparents are no longer with us on this earth. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you all for coming today. I'd like to now introduce Mike Rust, who's a trustee and has 4 grandchildren here, one who has graduated and one who is coming next year for JK. Mr. Mike Rust, thank you.
Well, Rob, thank you for the opportunity to share. It's indeed an honor, and I appreciate the opportunity and come and talk a little bit about Collegian and the gratitude I have for the school. I will tell you, when Rob first asked me to come, I was a little bit nervous. Last year, it was standing room only, and it's a lot different this year. And hopefully we'll return to where we have been in the past. But Marita Willis gave such an inspirational speech. Marita's on the board with us here, but it was a great speech, and it's a hard act to follow. One of the things too, Rob is a great leader, and when he asked me to speak, I said, well, how long do you want me to speak? And Rob always gives a direct answer, and he said, Mike, you know Julius Caesar? I said, yeah, I know Julius Caesar. And he said, well, Mike, let me tell you about 4 things about Julius Caesar. 1, he's a great leader. 1, he's a great general. 3, he gave long speeches. And 4, he got assassinated. So I got the message. But folks, thanks for the opportunity to come. My family and I have been associated with the Collegian family for several years, and it has been a real pleasure to be involved with the school and look forward to continuing to be involved with the school for several more years. One of the things I can tell you about Collegiate is, and I compliment Rob, the staff, the faculty, the students, parents, everyone involved. We have a great school. Our kids, grandkids are getting a great education. And this is one story where you could see where a shared vision is been and shared reality has happened, because that vision is being implemented right now in everything we're doing with this school. And I just want to ask the grandparents and everyone watching to really support this school. It's a great school and doing great work. And when I thought about what I was going to say today, I've learned from my grandchildren. And our oldest grandson, Tyson, graduated in 2018 from Collegiate. One of the things he told me when I talked to him about what I was going to talk about today, he said, "Granddad, tell the folks who have children in Collegiate how well prepared that you are when you leave Collegiate." He's a junior at Notre Dame and doing great, but he just wanted to tell me, and tells me every time I talk to him, about how appreciative he is of this school and how well he prepared. Now we've got 2 4th graders, Cora and Jude, are here to school. They're on the, I guess, hearing me talk right now. So, hey guys, love you all. And next year, we've got our youngest grandchild, Quinn, going to be joining in junior kindergarten. So this will be, all 4 of our grandchildren will be at Collegiate. Cora and Jude are class in 2029. And Quinn, I guess, will be class in 2035, if I'm correct in my math. But when I thought about what I was going to say today and talk about gratitude, I thought about one of the delights of my day, and Gordon haven't been able to do it this year, is being in the car line to pick them up. And when we would, every day I'd pick them up and we'd go for a snack. And I would listen to what the kids had to say. And you pick up a lot. And I've heard this say many times, grandkids are the best things God ever made. Amen to that, I will tell you. But what I picked up from my grandchildren, I just wanted to share. And I will tell you, I've picked up 4 things from my grandchildren that I'm so grateful for, and I'm grateful for this school. And I'll start it out with I call it the M, 2L, and C doctrine. And I'll get to the 4th one in just a minute. But the first one is the M doctrine. And one of the things I picked up from my grandchildren is how much they appreciate the mentoring that goes on at Collegiate. And the kindergarten buddy program, I mean, they talked about, and they tell me, "Granddad, when we get older, we want to be mentors. We want to be a mentor and have a mentor." And I think that's very key, to be a mentor and to have a mentor. And when I go further with the 2L doctrine, that is to be a good listener and to continue to learn. And one of the things I will tell you, when we have snack time after school, listening to them talk, they always talk about being taught to be a good listener. And my grandchildren tell me a lot, "Granddad, your ears will never get you in trouble." And I think that plays out, but to always be a good listener to what the folks are talking about, and always, always, always continue to learn. And I think that's very important. So I see that being instilled in the grandchildren too. And the third is the care. And I will tell you, my grandchildren have told me how much the faculty, the staff, their other students care here at Collegiate. And I think that says a lot. And the 4th doctrine really hit me. My oldest grandson, Tyson, again, is in School of Business at Notre Dame. And when I was talking to him the other day about this talk, Tyson and I were talking, and I said, "Tyson, you'll grow up, be a CEO of a big company, be the chief executive officer of a big company." And he stopped me, and I was interested in that. And he said, "Granddad, you know, someday I want to be a CEO." but I want to be a CEO that's the chief example officer. I thought about that. And he said, Granddad, what I've learned at Collegiate is don't do what will work, do what's right. Be a person of integrity. And boy, that hit me with both barrels. And I thought to myself, my stars. I mean, my mother always told me, man, might get a lot of book corn. But I just think, and what I heard from my grandchildren is what they've learned in terms of life's lessons here at Collegiate. One, to be a mentor. Two, to continue to learn and to be a good listener. And three, to simply care about other people. And fourth, be a person of integrity. And so I just want to tell you folks, thank you for the opportunity to share. Thank you for the good work Rob and the team you're here at Collegiate are doing. You're having a big impact on a lot of young people's lives. And folks, I just wish everyone to stay healthy. Have a good Thanksgiving. God bless you all. And now it's my pleasure to bring up the rose, Bailey Hendricks, the Vice President of the student body here at Collegiate, to share a few words. Bailey, come on up. Sorry about that, guys. I thought it was one.
One of my favorite things about Thanksgiving is the telling of stories. Stories of mischief, bravery, and love. Stories of funny things my brothers and I did when we were little. Stories of compassion, dreams, and days gone by. Stories of past Thanksgivings with the most delicious coconut cake or the epic failure of the green pumpkin pie. For many people, Thanksgiving is going to look significantly different this year. The table will likely have fewer filled seats as grandparents, aunts, and uncles may have to stay home, and as friends and family will likely have to take the necessary precautions of testing, masking, and social distancing. With this pandemic, we will all have special things which we are going to miss this time of year. For some, it may be a favorite dish that your aunt usually brings, or the card game you always play with your cousins after dinner. Personally, I haven't gotten to hug any of my grandparents in quite some time, and I realized that warm embrace is something which I have taken for granted all of these years. I will miss that this coming Thanksgiving. It is only once we are temporarily separated from that which we consider to be normal and routine that we suddenly realize how lucky we are to have it all. And so, in strange contradiction, it is times like these, times that look a little different, a little less full, we have reason to be thankful for things that we will eventually get back once the world returns to normal. In addition, tough times also magnify the importance of the support that we receive from those in our lives. The collegiate community has done an exceptional job adjusting during these unprecedented times. The teachers who have their own lives to manage during COVID are at the same time working very hard to adapt to the constantly shifting circumstances at school. The administrative faculty has come up with countless plans to make school possible for us. And most of all, the maintenance and cleaning crews, as well as the lunch staff, deserve recognition for all of their hard work. In a time where everyone could use support and where everyone is struggling to balance their relationships and other responsibilities, it has required immense care and leadership from our faculty and staff to support this community. So let's take today to recognize the individuals who have done and are continuing to do so much for us. Thank you, and now I'll turn it back over to Dr. McCray.
Thank you, Bailey. Thank you, Mike. Those were both absolutely terrific. I'm grateful for your words. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, the rendition of Albuquerque Turkey. Here we go, people.
And you always
Wow, that was terrific. Thank you, first grade. Kindergarten. Thank you, kindergarten. Thank you all for coming today. Please be safe over Thanksgiving. We really have a lot to do to get everybody healthy and safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, and I feel so blessed to be part of this community. Happy Thanksgiving.